Melanie. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdown coverage of drumroll Big Brother 23. Yes,
Woo-hoo!
people, 23 years.
Yay.
Of this. So here we are. We've got the cast reveal and slash analysis. We've got Andrew Gibson is joining us. He's on his way. And Tyler with me as always. And our special, super secret guest is the one and only Kim Mattina filling in for Beth.
So
Oh my
the
God,
legend herself.
Thank you so much for asking me to be on and join you guys. I'm super excited.
So she's
I'm excited.
She's going to be revealing Beth's picks. They're not going to be hers, but she's going to speak for Beth.
Yes. So I have Beth's list. I haven't personally looked at her list because I take this draft very seriously. I am the reigning draft winner holder from Big Brother 22 last year. Not to brag or anything, but
no,
so the stakes are high.
If I won once, I'd brag too. I win more than once, and I don't feel like I need to point it out.
I feel like you're on a cold streak lately here, Allison.
I feel like you need to just be professional during this show.
My weekly meltdown, professional. I don't think we know such a thing here.
Hush your face.
I want to say hi to everybody in the chat.
Yes.
We have Chris Dixon, Pokemon, Caden. Let's see who else. Jalen, Dejan, Joseph Boza. Sam Higdon, as always, Adrian Celeste. Hello, everybody. Can't wait to break all this down. But first, before we start getting down to business, I want to just talk about some general thoughts that we had about the cast, because I feel like we're kind of moving into a new era of Big Brother here. I feel like everybody except for the Calafiores and Derek Levasseur was pretty bummed with how last year went for Big Brother All-Stars. And so because of that, we have a new team of casting, and it's the same people that casted Allison's favorite, BBOTT. So
that's right. So
Allison, does this cast feel like OTT? Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, Sam Higdon, congratulations on making it to the 12th grade. He's been our resident junior in high school here lately. So I got to throw that out there.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yay. Okay, so Big Brother OTT, I have been given immense, ridiculous amounts of doo-doo over the last few years of my obsession with Big Brother OTT, which I devoted myself to and covered every week while it was going on.
By yourself.
By myself. That should shock no one. And they did. Kim, did you watch Big Brother OTT?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So you understand the live move-in took 9 hours, but that's only because it was one at a time. And I like that they're doing a live move-in and we get live feeds right away with no seat. We will know everything from the word go, and they're doing it in groups of 4. So we won't be doing this all night. Thank Jesus.
Yeah. But, so it's kind of going to be structured similar to the BB22 premiere in terms of it's going to be 4 competitions to basically give team captains, and those team captains will pick their team of 4 each. And so it's going to kind of be groups, kind of like Big Brother 11, Big Brother 14, that kind of style. We don't know too much else about the structure and everything like that. But if that influences your picks in terms of who you think will get picked for these teams,
But what's really cool is that BB11 production had the cliques, the high school cliques. So it was already predetermined, those groups. 14 was already predetermined on what those groups were, and they assigned the coaches. In this, production has not determined those. So if they do something physical like they did in 22, where the guys won it. I mean, it was that big, heavy thing, and the guys won it, right? So let's say they end up with 4 guys, maybe the bigger 4 guys winning it.
Yeah.
Right? That means they're not on the same team.
That's true.
I love. I would also be thrilled if they tell them, okay, you have to pick the opposite sex first, and then
Yes.
you come back around, so that it's going to be two on each team, gender specific, where they go, okay, you will have 2 men and 2 women on each team. You don't get to stack your team with all men thinking it's all going to be physical. And it's like, nope.
Yeah, that's a good point about like if the idealistically, right? Like the 4 winners of this competition will likely be the most like competitive, like physical people. So it is good to spread them up, because when I heard this twist, like it really made me worried for a second, because I was like, oh gosh, it's just like 2 teams going to stick together and then just like take out like the other 2 teams, and then whoever's like left over once the teams dissolve, are they just like outcasted for the rest of the season socially?
Can you guys explain to me what's going to happen premiere night? I'm like ditzy when it comes to certain things. I know it's a shock to some people, but what is going to happen? Like exactly for people out there who don't know yet, explain it to me like I'm in kindergarten.
Right now, it's speculation.
Yeah, like we don't know like too many details, but I would assume it's gonna kind of be similar to the Big Brother 22 move-in. So remember they brought out like 4 at a time, did their intro packages, sent them in. They did that competition, so we will get 1 winner from each of the 4 groups that like move in. And then so after like those four winners are basically the team captains, and it's like a schoolyard pick after that. They pick like who they want on their team of 4. And then they're competing like in teams. So like if somebody on their team wins HOH, that whole team is safe for the week. Does that make sense?
Yes. But go ahead, Kim.
And I've got a little bit different read on it. It could very possibly be something that's timed, and it's the top 4 times. So 2 of them could come from the same group.
Okay.
So
I like that.
So it could be a timed comp, but other than that, from what I understand, it's going to come in and do exactly what you said, where there's going to be 4 competing at a time. But dang, if you've got a fast heat, you could end up with all 4 team captains coming from one moving group.
Yeah.
If they do it that way.
Kim, that's a really good point. I feel like you should like work in production or something, because that to me sounds the most fair, you know?
But let me ask you something. The teams of 4 that are moving in each, they're already a team?
No,
it's just like 4 people like moving in.
It's a group of 4.
Okay, and whoever wins that competition gets to do the schoolyard pick after everything's done.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
I really want them to do boy, girl. Like you're in school. Like the teachers are like, you got to make it fair.
Yeah, but we know how Big Brother production is, so we don't know if they've thought these things through. So only time will tell. But I definitely do want to highlight that just off the bat, like this cast looks like a lot more diverse. I'm overall seeing a lot less of the like traditional casting archetypes. So there isn't a gay guy that's like super flamboyant. Like there's not like a surfer bro. Well, there kind of is, but not like Tyler
honey,
Kristen
there is
level.
a surfer bro.
But you know what I mean. Like,
and there is one flamboyant gay.
Yeah, but not like a Frankie Grande. Like I feel like there's no like you know how like especially with like casting with the K casting was like really cookie cutter with who they put in the house every single year. And I like just looking at this cast off the bat, it looks like we have a lot more like real people. Looks like we have certainly a lot more diversity, and we have a lot more fans this season than I think we're used to seeing on Big Brother US.
I
so
really
it makes
like
me hopeful.
The cast.
Yeah,
I took one look at it and I was like, you know what, this is good. I really, really am going to enjoy this. This is going to be great. Can we pull up the cast real quick, just for a quick once over, just for everybody while we're waiting on Andrew? Okay, so the surfer bro is which one, Travis or Christian?
Yeah, Travis.
Dude, I just want to point out Travis is 22 and he is the same age as almost the same age as the show. I've been trying to get on Big Brother his entire life.
Oh my gosh. How does that make you feel, Allison?
Oldest. I'm trying to control my language because I'm going to be a grandmother and I'm trying to be good.
There you go.
Which already is a losing battle already. But yeah.
Yeah, and Joseph brings up a good point. So there was somebody named Garrett that was dropped last minute. So Christian is his replacement.
Why was Garrett dropped? What did he do?
We don't know.
Have the scoop on that yet.
Yeah, it could have been a situation like BB Can 9 where they found some stuff out a little too late after the fact, so they gave him the good old boot. And if that's the case, then that makes me happy to hear, because we don't want any problematic people on the season, and we're looking pretty good so far. I've seen some rumblings online that I don't really want to get into too much, just because like it's all speculation in my opinion. So I want to go off like what we see from these bios and like our impression that we get from them inside the house. Yeah, Tyler, CBS doesn't care about that stuff.
Obviously.
Only us on Twitter do. Only us crazies. But one other note I had for like just like reading all of the bios of these people, they definitely watched seasons 11, 16, 18, and 22 in sequester, because I feel like everybody either mentioned Jeff and Jordan or the Hitmen. I feel like everybody and their mother talked about Derek and Cody. They talked about Paul and Victor as a duo. One of the questions they asked everybody is, what's your favorite duo? Which is an odd question to ask in my opinion. But and then a lot of people said they really liked Bailey and Davon as a duo, which in Big Brother 22 last year. So those are the 4 seasons I think that they gave them in sequester to watch. So if that's any indication of like what production is kind of like looking to get out of the season, hopefully more like 16, 18 and less 22, but we can only tell.
I don't think they gave them 22 in sequester. I think
you think they just watched them?
If you look at the people that commented on Devon, on Bailey, that I think those were people that actually did watch the show or did their homework before coming in. 20 for sure is one of them. I think it was 11, 14, 16, and 20.
Yeah, a lot of people named Tyler and Angela or Tyler and Casey as their favorite duo.
Mom, Frenchie is not Italian. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee. He's a farmer.
I got a question. What's your favorite duo? My favorite duo is John and Netta from BB Can 2. That's a hard one to beat.
Look at that. There's somebody in there.
Hey.
Hello. Sorry. Dad pops in, and then, of course, you get home and you get that blue screen saying you have to update your computer, which takes 20 minutes.
Of course.
Oh, no. Well, family always comes first, Andrew. Happy to see you here.
Andrew the Hustler.
Excited to be here.
Yeah. And we are in our draft order here with the 4 of us listed right here.
Oh, we are.
So I think that's
Tyler
a good.
tries to give me whatever disadvantages he can. So
listen, you get to pick 2 people in a row first.
True.
So like I know your picking style, so I'm not too worried. So just to recap, like how we're going to structure this draft. So Allison is going to pick first, and then myself. I have Beth's list, so I will pick whoever is first out of the remaining people for Beth, and Kim will kind of touch on Beth, her pick, and like why Kim agrees or disagrees with that pick, and then Andrew, and then as soon as Andrew picks and we're done talking about them, Andrew then picks again, and then you're good. So Andrew again, and then Beth / Kim, myself, Allison picks again. So we're going like back and forth. Do we have any questions before we get started?
Not from me.
All right, I am excited. So Allison, you get to go first. So let's hear who.
I'm curious who you think my first pick is.
Well, there's one person from Tennessee.
It's going to be Tyler Crispin.
No, thank you. Guys, I'm just kind of. Okay, so you don't want to guess, Tyler?
I think it's Frenchie. I think you're picking Frenchie first.
No, that's not right. They're incorrect. You're wrong, sir. You're wrong, sir. My first pick is he's 28 years old from Cranston, Rhode Island. His name is Brent Champagne, and his strategy for winning the game is, although I feel my athletic ability background will bring me far in the game, my primary strategy for winning Big Brother is heavily dependent on my social abilities. I've been told countless times by many, both peers and strangers, that my charm is powerful, and I plan on using the skill in every social interaction in the house, male or female.
What do you guys think? Kim, I'll let you go first.
I think he's a douche.
That's exactly why I picked him, because the douches go far, Kim.
That is true.
No, okay. Just the fact that he said Tyler Crispin and Angela were his favorite duo showmance, and that his favorite moment, he's totally not a fan. He's totally not a fan, because he's got his favorite moment was listed as, he said, I wouldn't say a favorite moment, but more of a guilty pleasure. Wait, I want to make sure that that's him. Yeah, that's him. I really enjoy watching the faces of those who rightfully get backdoored. The reaction is just so genuine, regardless of being on camera. I feel it's one of the few times where contestants fight their honest emotional nature because of it being so sudden and gives no time to emotionally prepare. True colors show both literally and figuratively. Now, here's the thing. Does he realize that, number one, does he know what a true backdoor is? Because his description does not sound like it.
I mean, does anybody in modern Big Brother know what a backdoor is anymore? Like, that's a more valid question, right?
Yeah.
If they don't, they should, because that's part of your homework. I'm sorry, if you're being cast, you know enough in advance. And if you're not finding out what this shit is and knowing it step by step, then don't pretend like you know.
Oh, I just want to be clear. We're talking about a backdoor with the veto and not what happens on the stool in the shower of the HOH room.
No, that's Big Brother 21 for you.
That was only on Big Brother 21 with the stool. Oh, hi, Holly.
Oh, Jesus.
I just wanted to make sure which backdoor we were talking about here.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's the front and back at the same time, but I'm not judging.
That's front, back, middle, whatever. Have a good time, girl.
I just really, for me, he just seems like, and I'm trying to go off of just my years of Big Brother and watching, and just this guy, I believe, will make it to at least jury. If it not, he will get cut right before jury. If he makes it far, there's really far, I will be amazed. But he just has enough douchebaggery that I believe that he can just work it. And that's just my opinion. I just reading him, he just caught me, and I thought, you know.
So I've been doing these drafts with y'all. This is probably my 5th draft. I will say that in the history of doing these drafts, this is the second worst first pick I've had.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. It's always a pleasure.
The first one is when Tyler picked Chelsea in Survivor Ghost Island.
Hey, a lot of people thought she was a good pick. Okay.
How many? What powers did she have when she left? This guy's going to be an alpha douche. I agree with Kim on that. I think that he's going to be one of those that probably comes out swinging pretty hard, and I think he's going to be an early target. I think he's going to be like a Cody, like Jessica's Cody, very his way or the highway, structured in that, and I think that'll make him a pre-jury boot.
I mean, did you read his quote? I love their quotes because I think it says a lot about him. His quote, "I'm here for a good time, not a long time."
He admits that he's a pre-boot, right?
Listen, he's not going deep.
Somebody in this cast said the first word out of their mouth is "I'm a floater."
Well, we'll get to that one.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
One point I will give Brent in his favor is he's a flight attendant, which I think is actually a very good career to like I feel like everybody and their mother in their bio said that they were going to rely on their social game. But I feel like being a flight attendant is a very like social career. A very like you really have to like be able to kind of like schmooze people over and make sure they're pretty calm in a stressful situation like flying. So that's like my one like positive for him. But everything else I'm not too crazy about.
Is his last name Champagne?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't want to correct you.
I'm sorry. I was just looking at it while y'all were talking and okay, it's not Champagne.
Chris Dixon over here is saying that Brent's a super fan of Big Brother.
I didn't see that anywhere.
I would love to know where Chris is getting that information because there's absolutely nothing on his bio.
But Chris Dixon's also defending the pick of Chelsea, so that says a lot about what happens here. So we can move on.
And I want to clarify, it's Chelsea from Island of Idols that I.
You're right. I don't know why I said Ghost Island.
Chelsea of Ghost Island was literally invisible. Me and Allison and Deb had a "Where's Chelsea" message every week.
No, you're right. It was Chelsea of Island of the Idols.
All right. Well,
number 2.
I have the next pick here.
I swear to Bob, Tyler, if you pick my pick, I'm coming unglued.
So I'm torn between what the heart wants and what the mind is thinking is like a good winner. Somebody that will go far. And I think I'm gonna go with my head first, just because I feel like who I want to pick first will probably still be here when they come back around. So I'm going to go with Alyssa Lopez.
I hate you so freaking much. Oh, that was my first pick, you son of a biscuit.
Yeah. So Alyssa was the first bio I read, and I feel like it was a great first impression for what this season is going to be. She is 24 from Florida. She's a swimwear designer, but she does so much more than that. She's a weightlifter. She's into videography and video editing. But what really struck me is she said that she really loves Jessica and Cody from Big Brother 19. And like I was like, is she talking about a showmance that she loved? But she said specifically, Jessica is her all-time favorite player because she played her game, not Paul's like the rest of the house. And that is what I like to see from Big Brother players. She says she always stands up for herself. Big Brother is her number one bucket list goal. She's watched for 13 years. Big Brother 11 was her first season. She's applied 4 times. She says she wants to win the first HOH. She seems like a pretty solid super fan. She's very beautiful. I feel like she's gonna do a great job like fitting in with the rest of the cast. I really don't see any like downsides here to Alyssa. Andrew, what do you think?
It's a great pick. It was my first pick. I think you stopped at the best part of her strategy. She said she wants to win the first HOH, but then it goes into why, like, right? Like she wants to align herself with this kind of group, but then she wants to create a core outside of that. She's truly wanting to play the game from many different angles. And I think the strategy that she developed absolutely shows you that she is a super fan. I do think that she's very, as you said earlier, she is attractive. So she's going to be able to, even if she doesn't win the first HOH, like her strategy can be very much fulfilled. Is she a winner pick? I'm not sure, but she's for sure a long-term pick. And I do think that she will make it far in the game, and she's got the strategy to do it too. So no, she wasn't going to be my first pick. And so thank you, Tyler. Now my only goal in life is to figure out who you were going to pick second, so I can grab them before you can.
Notice I didn't even give you a gender as a clue.
No, you didn't give me anything.
Allison, what do you think about Alyssa?
I don't know. I don't think trying to win the first HOH is spoken like a true swimwear designer. I mean, it's just like, where do you go to school to be a swimwear designer? Is that a thing? I mean, I haven't.
Yeah, I wonder what she got her degree in college.
No, like I haven't looked into going in broadcasting. Okay, because how do you go from broadcasting to swimwear designer? I haven't been to college in 20-something years, and I just kind of curious about some of these occupations.
Fail in broadcasting.
I'm just curious. I'm not judging. I'm just curious. You know, I have a grandchild coming, and I want to know what his options are in the future. If he wants to be a swimwear designer in 18 years, is it available? That's all I'm asking. Yeah, no, I don't. I hate it. I wouldn't want to win the first HOH. I definitely am so anti-winning the first HOH. That's just me.
Why?
Because I don't want that. I don't want all eyes on me the first go round.
Hey,
I wanna
Allison, who won the first HOH last season?
I don't remember.
Who
Cody.
won Big Brother All Stars?
Cody.
And who won
Cody.
the first HOH last season?
Cody. But that's Cody. He's played before. I'm talking about being brand new and never playing.
Hayden Moss.
Rachel
Won the first
Riley.
HOH and won.
I think didn't Tyler Crispin win the first HOH of 20?
And
he
was in
made it
the
to final two.
I stand by what I'm saying.
I mean, I understand what you're saying,
sticking-
Allison. And I think that's always kind of been
Majority
the
were
thought.
men, might I
Think
add?
so?
Men.
Yeah.
Kim, what do you think? What do you think
think-
of Alyssa?
I think Alyssa is great. I love that strategy. I know that traditionally it's been, well, you don't want to win the first HOH because it'll put a target on you. That was always the thought process. Realistically, though, if you win the first HOH, you can insulate yourself for the second competition and be safe. So really the first HOH, I think, is the best one to win. So I love her strategy on that. Her quote, her motto is invest your energy in things you can control. And I love that. It's,
I like
you know,
that too. That's
it's
really
like,
good.
you know, control what you can and keep an eye on what you can't. So I love that. I think she's a solid first pick. I think she's a solid. Now, what's gonna trip her up is if the women end up being catty in there, because she's beautiful. If the women end up pulling out the claws,
My only fear with her is she could get in a showmance, but I feel like that's not the worst thing in the world for modern Big Brother.
Who's she getting in a showmance with?
God, I hope not Brent, but I'd rather Brent than Travis. Maybe Xavier.
I would love to see.
or possibly Christian.
Yeah.
Travis.
Yeah. Oh God, I hope not Travis.
No, she's better than that. She's more. I'm leaning towards Xavier Panther.
I think she's got good taste, so I don't think Travis is in it.
Allison, you just felt a certain way when you said.
Listen,
Panther.
I'm all about some Xavier Panther. Okay.
Oh my God.
I think a lot of Big Brother Twitter is all about Xavier Panther. So let's move on to the third pick. So this is Beth's first pick. So Beth is picking first. And I don't know how to say her name, so I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. But
please tell me.
Please mispronounce something so I don't get stupid.
It's Miss Asia Awasa.
Yes. I like to think her name is pronounced Asia Awesome. So
Yes.
I like that. I'm going with it.
So Kim, so why are you so hyped about Asia?
I love Asia. Asia is a fan. She's one of the few that whipped out names from anything prior to 11 and bringing up June. And that makes me happy. She loves cooking. So you will find her in the heart of the house, in the kitchen. She cannot stand showmances. So you know what? The first time she's sniffing out a showmance, she's breaking that shit up now. I mean, there is absolutely nothing. She loved Keisha's birthday, my personal favorite day of the year.
That is legend.
Exactly. But the fact that she was able to whip out June and Allison is like, okay, perfect. Her strategy is to spot the power players early, annihilate or divide them one by one, and play for myself, not the house. I'm thrilled by that.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's just hope there's no manhole competition, because she made a point to say she's very afraid of that.
I don't like manholes either. I don't ever step on top of them. I go around them.
Andrew, what do you think?
Is nobody touching the elephant in the room?
What is the elephant in the room?
That she's
My
30?
grandfather was a polygamist with 6 wives and 47 children. I have over 300 cousins. My name means able to make friends, avid traveler. Prior to COVID, and I visited 4 countries a year.
Hey,
I'm
that's
sorry,
a lot of
what?
wedding gifts.
Can I say something about that?
Whoa, what?
I'd
Can I
love
say
for you. I'd love for you to.
Is this a
Okay.
real thing?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely it is. So there is an Olympian that is going to be competing in the marathon in Tokyo coming up that is from Kenya, but she's definitely representing Arizona because this is where she trains. Okay. But she is from Kenya. She has 32 brothers and sisters. And there's an article in Sports Illustrated, and I'll be more than happy to link it for you guys, or link it on Twitter. But she has 32 brothers and sisters because polygamy is very much accepted in Kenya. And she even says in the article that it doesn't take wealth to be a polygamist. You just need to be able to prove that you can support your family. And essentially your next wife is bought with a dowry that could be a cow or a goat or whatever. And so her explanation of that makes sense. So, and besides, I'm rooting for this marathoner because she just had a baby like 6 months. She's 6 months postpartum, and she's running a marathon in the Olympics in July.
And to be fair, like I don't hold this against her, right? I just think it's a crazy fun fact, right? I mean, when you look at her, I went with the same things that Kim did. I mean, if you can quote Allison and Jr., a super fan, and not only if you can quote them, but you can tell their strategy and how that was played, right? Like, because I can quote you players from almost every season, but I can't always tell you exactly how they played. So the fact that she did that and was really good, one of two things happened. Either she is a super fan that rewatches seasons, or this is the season she's been watching in sequester. 2, she mentioned OTEV, which I think was great. And then her 3 C's, charismatic, crafty, and clumsy. Her biggest weakness is riding on a cowboy, breaking her foot, and then winning a running HOH competition, right? Because she says she's clumsy. So,
pretty much.
I think she's an interesting pick. I will say that from her bio, I do get a little bit of some Davon kind of vibes. And so that's charismatic kind of out there. So my only fear on Aza, however we're going to say it, is that her mouth doesn't get the best of her, because from her profile, that kind of came out that way. That's kind of that. So we'll see how that plays. It's really interesting this season because we have no videos, right? Like, so we're just reading words on a piece of screen, and that's it. But just from her picture, this kind of sideways, and then this right here, I'm kind of getting that little point blank the period vibe here. And I think that could hurt her or help her.
Yeah.
But she's a director of sales operations.
Yeah.
I know several of those who I wouldn't want to do anything with. So
yeah. One other
thing I want to mention is she's 30, which I think is a really good age. You have a little more like life experience and intuition and maturity than a lot of these like 21, 22-year-olds that play Big Brother. So I feel like that will. I feel like she could be a bridge between like some of the older, like anybody over 30 in Big Brother casting, basically, and the younger kids, because I feel like her energy is very like young and I just feel like she has like a. She has like a certain like star power about her. I can't explain it, but I get that vibe just from like her cast photo and her bio stuff. So I'm excited to see her. I think that's a good first pick for Beth. So Andrew, who is your first pick?
So I will first say that this is tough. I mean, my first pick was pretty obvious. I was 100% on Alyssa. Everybody else, I will say from the profiles themselves, this is a great cast, right? I mean, I truly do enjoy what I'm seeing and what I love here. It will come with no surprise to anyone that my first pick of the BB23 draft will be.
Don't do it.
Whitney.
No.
Oh, God. I knew it.
What?
Whitney Williams. Jesus Christ. I knew it. I could have bet $1 million.
Kim, just so, in case you don't know, Kim, last season I picked every blonde.
Oh,
I had Janelle, I had Keisha, I had Nicole, and I had Memphis.
Janelle.
Janelle. I had all 4 blondes. I thought the last time I switched or went something a little crazier, but I mean, she's a fan of Derek Lavasser.
Can I
I'm
do
not a super
something?
fan, obviously.
Can I read her strategy for you real quick?
I would love to hear it.
Yeah.
This is her strategy. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Her strategy for winning the game. I don't know that I'm going to go into the house as a strong competitor while hopefully not making too many ripples. I also want to uphold my values and create genuine friendships. But winning this game for myself and for my children is my top priority.
Oh, God.
The only thing she didn't touch on was world peace.
And world peace, and there's maps that
I
there's
can't
countries
wait.
on.
I can't wait to be sitting here 99 days
I-
with y'all telling me, Andrew, you were right, as she is crowned the winner of Big Brother 20.
I don't know about
Not
that. I've seen some
winning.
TikToks of her already. She's got a big following on TikTok of like 160,000 people. But one of her most famous TikToks is her with like hunting in like a forest with like a machine gun. Like she is like that. Like I get like very like conservative girl like Tommy Lauren type of vibes from her. I could be wrong.
Oh, I see that 100%.
I just feel like she's not really going to fit in with this cast, especially being a mother. That's like another like ding against her here with these like young kiddos. So I feel like if somebody's not getting along in this cast, I think it might be Whitney.
She will just find someone to latch onto. This one ain't going anywhere. I really don't think she's going anywhere.
And with that said, I will say she was technically my second pick, but I did want to go with third pick. But I did want to go with the blonde first, and since I have the snake draft, my next pick I would say actually probably is my first pick.
Well, go ahead. It's your turn
right.
next. If you want to go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't really have anything else to say about Whitney.
Yeah, I'm
With
sorry.
the fifth
I'm sorry.
pick of the Big Brother 23 draft, Team Andrew will welcome Xavier.
Okay.
I fucking hate you.
And here's why. I like a lot of things from his profile. One, if you love Brittany Haynes, I love you. And the fact that one of his favorite moments is her goodbye message to Boogie. And then when you also look into Danielle Reyes's impressions of the BB3 house guests, you also kind of get, as Kim said earlier, a little that old school Big Brother mention there. Because again, not only is he talking about Danielle's gameplay specifically, he's just talking about a funny moment from the season, right? And so that's a big thing that goes to. But my favorite part about this guy, I want to read two things. His bio, one, he's excited to hopefully make a winning case for his Big Brother game come September. The 27-year-old is adamant on not bringing personal feelings into his strategic decisions. He's most excited to check out The Door and Zingbot. But his fun fact, 10 siblings. He will be able to relate very, very well. Mm-hmm. And I was born with a severe club foot and had to walk in a cast. His biggest weakness is going to be that he's not a fan of coffee. And then again, that he actually made it through all of law school without even as much as a single shot of espresso. I mean, law school, this guy's smart. He's relatable. Yeah. He's got this stature about him that I think is just, it's welcoming. It's not even like cocky, and he looks kind of like an athlete, but it's just this, confident. I'm your big bro. I don't know. I'm just getting really, really good down-to-earth vibes about this guy that can also win a competition.
Yeah. He also has 10 siblings, which I think is like a big plus as well in terms of just like social experience and everything. I think that he's really in tune with like the Big Brother news too, because Andrew, he does mention Chilltown, but he mentions, like, he says RIP after that. So I feel like he knows about like Boogie's arrest and like the all of that shit. So like that tells me that he's like really in tune with like the Big Brother fandom and everything. I think this is a much better pick. He's going to be one of the team captains, right? Like I would have to assume that.
Depends on what they do.
Yeah, it depends on what they do. I love that he's an attorney, and I love him just in general. Restraining order kind of love. But I feel like he's an attorney, and they can argue and they can convince people also. So Chris Dixon loves his hair. Well, you know,
No, I'm just from his picture to his words. To
Yes,
his
Steph.
facts,
Yes, very.
I really, really, really like Xavier. Kim, what are your thoughts on him?
You know what? I really like Xavier too. I think that his biggest downfall is potentially going to be that he's an attorney. Hopefully, I've known enough attorneys in my life that it's like, don't be condescending.
Yeah.
So hopefully he won't be. Don't, and when he argues, if he argues like a normal people thing, disagreeing with people, he'll be fine. If he decides to argue as an attorney does, I think that they are going to be pushed, like almost like pushed back by what he's saying. And he could be a very early boot because of that. So I'm hoping that his charismatic personality is going to be huge for him to stay.
I can't think of too many examples of attorneys on Big Brother, but certainly in Survivor, they actually do pretty poorly because they can't like socially just chill out with people. Like it's very like defensive, very like argumentative, and we don't like Andrew said, like we don't have like video interviews, so it's hard to gauge that energy based off of a very handsome picture. But.
Well, Tyler, you say that, but I want to go to Allison on this because she is. You said lawyer. She is our BBOTT correspondent. And I have to say, if we remember, I think there was a young girl named Shelby. Yeah.
Shelby.
So what was your take on Shelby as a lawyer in the BBOTT?
I had no idea she's a lawyer.
Professional of BBOTT on this.
If she had not said she was an attorney, I would have never thought I would have never have known it. When I think that he will blend in just fine, just from going off of what I'm looking at and what he said, his strategy and everything. I just feel like as far as the arguing goes, I'm leaning more towards when he's on the block or, trying to save himself. I believe he will know how to work these people like a jury. And I don't think he will be condescending because he's trying to save himself and not get evicted. So, and that could come into play if he's in a final two and he owns his shit and he knows how to talk to people about it. That's mainly more where I'm coming from. I don't know. I know I've dealt with a lot of attorneys in Memphis and most of them are high half the time. So it's a different kind of batch of attorneys down here that I've dealt with.
I'm going to let Kim pick real quick. She's putting Bria to bed, so I'm going to give her a quick kiss. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I think he's a solid pick, and he's either going to be, I would say, third or fourth boot, or he's in the end. I don't think there's any in between for him.
He was my number 3. Damn you.
Okay, so Beth has the next pick here. So I can't wait to see Kim's reaction. I feel like this is a controversial one. I'm not too high on this person, but Beth's next pick, number 2 overall. So she's pretty high on this person, but Tiffany is Beth's next pick.
Damn it.
You know what?
Give us the case for Tiffany.
Okay, so on paper, I like Tiffany. She's a phlebotomist. I would not say that they are always the most compassionate people. They're like, stick you, get the blood, get you the hell out of here, and let's get on to the next set of labs.
Very transactional.
Not going to have problem causing pain.
Yeah, it's like they are the vampires of the medical world. So I don't count that as a huge plus for her. But the one thing that she said is that she enjoys entertaining with her family, working out, reading, and boating. A lot of those things are individual activities. So it's going to be interesting. She is also another parent that's in there. Yeah. So I think that's going to give her an opportunity to be able to find some common ground maybe with a few people. Her favorite house duo, the Hitman, whatever. She watched it in sequester. I don't think that she's a super fan at all based on her comments. She had the pack comments. The Hitman. Her favorite moment was Dan Eastland's funeral. And her strategy is to learn as much as I can about everyone else and keep my mouth shut.
To the point.
I like.
Yeah, her winning game strategy is to the point. It's one damn sentence.
Yeah. So I like that she's going, I'm going to learn as much as I can and keep my mouth shut.
Sorry, go ahead, Kim. Go ahead. Sorry.
But I don't think she's going to go deep in the game, to be honest with you. My gut instinct just says she's not.
Yeah.
That she's not going, even though she wants to find out everything she can about people and keep her mouth shut. I think that she's going to keep her mouth shut too much, and she's going to be sus the whole time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had in mind. Sus.
Did you say sus? Is that suspect?
Yes.
Okay.
She'll be sus. I've played too much Among Us and Goose Goose Duck lately.
No. I picked it up too. I've been using it too since I watched the last season of the challenge that lasted 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong, but Tiffany's the oldest in the cast at 40.
She is.
Yeah, so that's never a good sign, and I kind of want to pick apart. Kim, I mean, you are a winner of a reality show, so the proof's in the pudding with Kim's magic. But that's Kim. Your playing style is once in a lifetime. So I don't.
I think she has to do one of two things in the first 3 days in that house. Either she needs to find a way to connect with every single person in that house so that they don't look at her as being the older person. And the second thing that she absolutely has to do, she can be the mothering or the mother older person, but she can't be mothering the players. So if that makes sense.
I don't think
here's
she
the
will.
thing. Did Kim and Tina go into sequester saying, I'm going to learn as much I can about everybody else and keep my mouth shut? No. So I feel like with Tiffany, like a good player, a good winner like Andy Herron can say, I'm going to learn as much I can about everybody and keep my mouth shut. But for Tiffany, she's just going to come off like she's like aloof. Like she's going to come off like she's just like not clicking socially with people. And they're going to feel, they're not going to feel anything when they put her on the block and evict her pre-jury. I guess see her being the first boot.
I have a lot to say. I've kept my mouth shut for like 30 seconds. One, Andy Herron's a good winner.
Yeah.
Two. Yes, Sam, you're good. He is.
Yeah, thank you. My face my face made that when he said a good winner like Andy. But here's the problem. She's gonna get lost, and she's gonna be her own worst enemy, and it says it in her bio because y'all keep saying her strategy for winning the game is to keep her mouth shut. I'm also looking at the bios off of Parade.com. I've looked at Parade and I've looked at the CBS website, and her intro specifically said, "I'm prepared to get blood on my hands, and I have an alter ego that may come out." Like that's so contradictory in keeping your mouth shut. And I think this girl's going to get so lost in the mix here and not even really know what she's doing. She has no idea on how this game is played. She is 100%. We need a recruit. I feel, and I don't know if y'all talked about this before, I feel that although the cast looks great at hand, I think that the Big Brother casting team still mishandled this POC scenario here, and I feel that at times they were looking to just fill a quota and not get us the best overall cast, including this 50%. And they're like, we just got to get here. I think Tiffany was just to fill a quota, and that's what my issue is going to be with her.
I don't know. I can't wait to see her chemistry in the house. That's going to determine whether she succeeds or fails. And can I just say something really quick? Sam Higdon, we'll get to Derek F in just a little bit. I've got all sorts of good insight on him.
I can't wait to hear.
On Derek
Allison,
X?
On Derek F?
Yeah.
That was one of my other options.
Well, my opinion on Tiffany is that, she's 40. She doesn't look 40. She doesn't have to tell him she's 40. I'm 44.
True.
If I go in the Big Brother house, I don't know if I would tell everyone I'm 44 and I'm a grandma.
Yeah. Almost.
I mean, unless it's to my advantage or whatever. But I don't want her to isolate herself and get, picked on or zeroed in on because I just don't want that to happen. And unfortunately, it does tend to happen. And I'm not with, some African American women in the Big Brother cast, when you say you have another personality that's going to come out, I don't think that's a good thing. I just don't. And I'm interested to see how she meshes with everyone else. I just don't want her to be isolated and set apart from other people. I want her to blend in. I want her to go far. I want her to do good, So.
All right. Well, I have the next pick here. So,
okay.
I'm just scrolling up to find my notes on this person. Where is he? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know who you're picking.
Who do you think I'm picking?
Are you picking Kylan?
Yes.
You son of a bitch! I
knew you were.
Okay, so I am at I would, if anybody on this cast, what I say is the winner of the season. Kylan is my official winner pick for the season. Where I said some people in the chat say Xavier could be a Jetson from BB Can 9. To Xavier's Jetson is Kylan's Ty. I really think that he could play a very similar game to Ty. I love that he's into chess, escape rooms, poker. But he, I don't know. He just seems like he makes a point to say gratitude is everything. He's a huge Black Panther fan and wants to be a positive example for people of color on TV. He also says that he's a Jedi, which is I just feel like he's a lovable nerd who is still very approachable, very friendly. I just feel very warm, good vibes from him, if that makes any sense.
I love it.
I feel like he's gonna kill him with kindness. I could just see a very similar Tyshawn style win out of Kylan. So.
I love it. I like him. I like the nerds. I'm into the nerds, the big, bulky, buff nerds.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I live for it. I really like him. You took one of my people, and I hate you.
That's
I'm surprised he got this far down, honestly.
I actually am too.
I love, my favorite part about his whole bio is he has a bracelet that he's not taken off in 5 years that reads unrealistic. A reminder to him that being realistic is the most commonly traveled route to mediocrity.
I love it. Oh, that's so great.
Good.
I love it. Kim, what do you think about Kylan?
I love him. He's one of my favorites because he's not super young. He's 29. So within this cast, he's got a little bit more maturity. I love his 3 words about himself: optimistic, dynamic. I love that. And engaging. That is he's an account executive. Engaging is definitely a buzzword. And he is going to be engaging with the other house guests. I think he is going to be very successful in the game. And I think he should be. I really like him.
I like him.
He's gonna have to fuck up himself. He's gonna have to be his own bomb in the game. Because no one else is gonna blow him up, I don't think. Maybe blow him, but not blow him up.
It's true. There's still there. I mean, it could happen.
And I feel like this is how we were talking about Ty in the preseason draft for BB Can 9, right? We said he just seems like a lovable teddy bear. I think he did social work of some kind. I forget already, but I just I keep thinking he feels like a Ty type of player.
I also love. I'm most excited about playing the game. I don't care about being on TV. I forget about the fact that there's a cash prize for winning. When I think about Big Brother, I get excited about competitions and social strategy. I mean, this guy's coming here because he loves the game. End of story.
Yeah,
Now,
love that too.
I think he is going to be the showmance with Alyssa. Just saying.
I can see that.
I'd be here for that. I'd be okay with that.
I would be okay with that too. I would co-sign that. That seems like that would be a healthy showmance you would want to see succeed because they wouldn't be freaking assholes about it.
Would it be Clissa or Listened?
Oh, I like Clissa. Their showmance name?
No.
I like that.
I don't think I can do Clissa.
I can do Clissa all day.
I would say Kylissa, if anything.
Adrian says he might have a girlfriend, but that hasn't stopped some
Please,
people from taking
like
the house.
that freaking matters, Adrian.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be realistic.
We had Memphis and Thanksgiving with fiancés. Like that makes a difference in the Big Brother house. Come on.
Oh God, don't get me started on that.
Has Memphis been hit by a car yet?
No.
No, not yet.
No. Yeah, we had Nashville and Thanksgiving. What a tear.
All right, Allison, you have the next. Allison singing is my cue to like move things along here.
No, it's not. I was just saying, there is a song, a real song about Christmas in Memphis, and it goes, Christmas in Memphis, Memphis, it's Christmas time.
The next two picks.
I do.
Allison, so go ahead and give us your first of two picks here.
I hate mine because y'all took all the good freaking people, and now I'm stuck with this
There's
shit.
still some great people in that.
No,
board.
there's not.
I think there's one
there
good
is.
person still left on the.
Okay, so I can't pronounce this bitch's last name, so I'm just gonna go balls deep in it. Christie Valdesari.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 27. Why am I? Okay, listen. Here's the thing. She is a professional dancer from Philadelphia and lives in North Hollywood, and I feel like I don't know. I liked her strategy. I'm going to follow my gut, and I'm going to be myself. Good luck with that. I plan to get to know all the personality types and attempt to understand what each of them respond well to. I also plan to use my hair loss secret to my advantage. Another strategy is to kick some of these dudes' asses in physical games and literally not give up even when I want to. How much time do they think they're going to have in between shit? I mean, you're going to have time to go on, have one-on-one conversations with all these people and still remain genuine? That's not going to happen. Okay, here's the thing. If I get on Big Brother, I'm not going to be Allison. Okay, I'm not going to be my genuine, authentic self. I want to win $500,000. I'm going to be so cunty while playing Big Brother that I will have the world convinced that Satan is not only a woman, but I came out of Satan's snatch. Okay,
I thought you
that's
said
it.
you weren't going to be Allison.
Okay, well, you know, thank you, Andrew. You get what I'm saying. But I just, it drives me crazy. But with her, with Christie, I kind of feel like there's something there. I feel like she will go far. I feel like there's something there. And like, I didn't go read all this other stuff. I just went off their strategy for winning the game.
I'll tell you what's there, Allison.
Any fun facts I need to know while, because I'm quickly regretting this decision from the look on all three of your faces.
So I get very Raven Walton vibes from Christie here.
See,
Tell me I'm wrong.
I feel like any woman that has faced some kind of life challenge, being a woman who has recently faced a life challenge, I feel like anyone that can come out over it, especially with no damn hair, and be confident and really believe in themselves and go, you know what, I'm going to win when I have to, and I'm going to I just believe that, and I felt that message, and I would like for her to go far. No, she's not my second pick. My freaking second pick was Kylan, but you buttholes are taking all the good people.
I think that Allison.
That's exactly why I didn't want to be first.
You had the very first pick on the board, and you picked Brent.
Just
Allison,
because he's such a stereotypical
seriously.
guy to make it that far.
Allison, I think this is a good pick. I won't
Thank
say
you,
great pick, but I will
Andrew.
say
You're just
good
saying that
pick.
because she liked she mentioned Haley in her bio.
No.
Oh,
To
really?
me, this woman is confident in herself.
Thank you.
She
That's
is
what I was
Yeah.
just
big,
gonna say.
bald, and beautiful, and
Yeah.
she knows it. And she is going to just have this persona about her. I think she's going to be likable. I think she stands out. I think that is she a winner pick? Probably not. Maybe. But she is a long-term pick, and she is going to be completely confident. Because here's the thing, and here's where I want to go with this. Not only is she big and bald and beautiful, but she's confident enough to go on national television with being herself and being who she is. And I think that says something about her as a person. And that's the kind of person I want to see do well in this game. I think it's a good pick.
Oh, of course. Like the message is great, but like, let's be real. Like she's clearly a recruit. She's a professional dancer who said that she loves Derek and Cody from BB16. Like that rings like
that a
She
problem?
did the Haley move. I don't think she's a recruit. She
I mean,
made the
I
Haley
think
move
she
with
is.
Haley.
I think she is. She's also a vegan, so like have fun with that in the Big Brother house too. That's always obnoxious to deal with. I get more Raven Walton vibes than
She's gonna prove
a
you
great
wrong, and
winner
I'm gonna,
story.
I'm gonna laugh at you.
I think it's a good pick, Allison. I'm very proud of that pick.
So hard, Robert Tyler. You just wait. Do I get to go again now?
Yes, you do.
Oh, Kim had something to add.
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry, Kim.
I'm sorry.
Not a problem. The only thing I was going to say about her is I absolutely agree with what Andrew said, that I think that she's got confidence in what she does, and how she does it and how she presents herself. I do think I kind of like, well, we really haven't had a contestant who has been like this, but because it's alopecia, it's not like she has cancer or anything like that that caused the baldness, and she's very proud of it and very forthcoming with it. But she is 27, so she's kind of right in the middle for the cast stages. Those that are younger than her, I have the feeling that they're not going to be real comfortable with this, okay, with the appearance, and it wouldn't bother me at all. But you got, okay, look at the hair is so prominent, and Sarah with her hair stuff, and just all of them, that I have the feeling that they might do a double take on their comfort level with the appearance. And I don't like that, but that's a reality in that house.
It is a reality. People kind of fear what they don't understand.
Yeah,
And
said the
that's
same
just
exact
as
thing in the
human
chat
beings.
too.
Yeah.
And you've got somebody older in there, if they had a 40, 50-year-old in there that could explain, hey, this is what alopecia is. It's realistic. Would you rather have her have, thin, stringy hair, or be proud of her appearance? And let's face it, she's gorgeous.
And if that's the case, they should feel uncomfortable with Derek F.
Well, I don't think that there's anybody old enough in there. Possibly Tiffany will be able to say, hey, you know what, guys? This is the way it is. You either accept it or you're the bad person,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I have the next pick here. I hope I'm
got
wrong.
to go. Do I get to go twice?
Use the second pick.
Yeah, Allison goes again.
Do I go
You're
again?
right. You're right. I'm so sorry. You're right. Go ahead.
Well, nobody's going to fight me over this one, but y'all have forced my hand to Frenchie French.
Oh boy.
From Clarksville, Tennessee, which is 3 hours and 42 minutes from me, by the way. And his strategy, you can hear a mouse fart right now. He's a farmer from Clarksville, Tennessee. Building relationships. This is his strategy for winning. Building relationships with everyone, not just your alliance. Being a farmer, no 2 days are the same. You never know what to expect. I always have to evolve and change game plans on a daily basis, and I have to be really good at it. set strategies are overrated and crumble. So my lifestyle fits perfect with Big Brother house. He has a point that they do crumble. But I mean, I don't really know if farm life can really be compared to Big Brother, because if your cows have solid bowel movements on Monday and diarrhea on Tuesday, I don't think that's going to prepare you for what's going to happen in the Big Brother house. He's also, Deb told me today, he's like a big staple in the Big Brother community. Like, he's real popular and stuff. I never heard of the guy. I don't know a lot about him.
I think this is a good one for analysis to turn over to the Miss Kim Matina.
Yeah, Kim, go for it.
Okay. I know Frenchie, just so you guys know. Yes, I do. He was trying to get that stupid Coco Melon doll thing at Christmas that was the hot toy last year. I found it out here in Phoenix and mailed it to him for his daughter. He is a super fan, like as in feeder every episode. I mean, everything. It
happens.
He is so passionate about having to get on here that, what can I say? He's made some mistakes and he's been called on the carpet on them. But I think that people are being overly judgmental on Twitter where it comes to him.
I haven't seen
But I can tell you, he has a great sense of humor. His answers here are not fake. He's very genuine. I talk to him on the phone about once a week. And I'll tell you right now that if you see an alliance called the Slaughterhouse, remember, he raises cattle. He's a cattle rancher, right? So if you see him naming an alliance the Slaughterhouse and somebody being the butcher, that is his final two. There's my tea right now on Frenchie.
Awesome. Okay, so now I'm glad I picked him.
Yeah. So I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to get at least to jury. He has a very endearing personality. He is a talker. He will talk to people, but he may drive them a little bit crazy in the head. And I think that's going to be his biggest downfall.
I just want to say real quick, look, nobody's perfect. People have made mistakes. We've all been trolled. We have all been the troll. I don't care what you say. But I'm kind of tired of this. People want to just jump up people's asses about stuff. Just let them play the game. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. If the guy's been a creeper, I'm sure he's atoned for it. He's not perfect. And plus, he's from the South. It's a prerequisite to be a man in the South to be a creeper. Okay, it's just a thing. It's a thing. Just ask Andrew.
One thing that's pointed out in the chat is that he is very liberal, which I think is a really interesting fold for having like a Southern white man. What?
I'm the only Southern white woman that did not vote for Trump. How do you think my life has been?
But I'm saying that's like a plus for him in this house. Wait, what, Kim?
He's not super liberal.
Oh, somebody in the chat said he was.
Deb said he was.
He has, he and I have very similar views on a lot of things. He's very fiscally conservative. Okay. He was a registered Republican. He dropped that and changed his party affiliation to an independent because of Donald Trump.
Okay.
Anyway. And so he is, I would describe him as fiscally conservative and socially liberal.
Interesting. Okay.
It's going to be
his
hard to
family
find
has
out
a lot of dynamics that he is liberal in those parts.
I like that he says that he's a prior military. He's a member of the NAACP. And I like him saying his favorite duo is Brittany Haynes and Rachel Harris. or Rachel's hair extensions.
That was great.
That was
I
awesome.
think he's going to be good too. I think he's going to be great. And one thing that I will say is there is a stigma for people from the South. People just
Totally.
automatically assume we're a certain way. And I would like personally to see someone from Tennessee. Clarksville, Tennessee is freaking 3 hours and 42 minutes for me. Someone come on the show and kind of break that stereotype. I would really like to see that because we're not all.
What kind of super fan he is. Remember Caleb? Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Frenchie was a finalist when Caleb got cast.
Mm.
And because they weren't going to put two Southern boys in there.
Huh.
So,
Great picks, Allison.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with that pick, actually.
Thank you. Next.
Okay, so I have the next pick on the board. So I'm picking the first. I'm picking the person that I said I was torn between for that first pick, right? Like what, like my head was thinking versus like what my heart wanted. So I'm picking Derek X as my third pick here. He is a chess player. He is a startup founder. He's from Baltimore and moved to New York City, which is like literally my life story.
That's you. I noticed that.
Yeah.
It's like you.
Yeah. His favorite duo is Will and Boogie, which is a good plus for me. Plus also Aza, however you pronounce her name, is also from Baltimore. So I feel like that's a good alliance right there. Aza and Derek. Let's see. So when asked about his favorite moment, he said Dan's funeral, which is like a pretty standard answer. But he explained further. He said flawless gameplay that leveraged both emotional and logical strategy. So that tells me that he's thinking about both of these things and how to balance the two, which is good to hear because when you think of like the nerdy archetypes in these shows, usually their social game is lacking a little bit. So I'm happy to hear that he's like hyper aware of that. I've heard some rumblings online that he might be a comedian. So if that's the case, that makes me really happy to hear too, because that translates to like good social skills. And you don't want to evict somebody right away that's like making you laugh the whole week. He said he wants to slowly turn friendships into alliances, which is the way to do it. And he's very clearly like a fan of the show, which is always a plus. So I'm going with Derek X for my pick.
Awesome.
I think that's a great pick. I actually really like him. I read people's eyes and smiles, and I love his smile. And I love his eyes, and I think that he's going to be somebody who's embraced by others in the house. I think he's going to do that really well.
Allison, what do you think?
My next pick.
Well, he says his strategy: build relationships with everyone in the house and slowly turn friendships into alliances, and then layer in. Okay, what is this word? UNASSAILABLE.
Unassailable?
Unassailable. I don't know what the fuck that means. Logical reasoning to influence people's decisions.
He wants to be a puppet master.
Yeah, so I just hope I like him. I just hope that doesn't, if you build relationships individually with everyone and work on that so much, and you have so many friendships, eventually people are going to start looking around going, well, his name had no one. Why isn't anyone saying his name? Has he talked to you? Has he talked to you? What's this? It could potentially turn. It could turn on him, and that would be my biggest concern.
I'm very worried about him in like the first 2 weeks of the game. If he can get past that point and have enough time to like start building bonds with people, I think his success is going to be really dependent on which team he gets in and like how many comps like that team wins while they're in that stage of the game is what I'll say.
Gotcha.
Andrew, any thoughts on Derek?
I think it's a great pick. That was going to be my next pick. I think he's going to be very strategic. I get a Ian vibe with a little more down to earth and social skills than probably Ian had as far as that goes. So super smart, but I think he's going to be very relatable. I think that if you were going to do, I think it's a great cast for this specific season. With the new casting rule changes, I think it'll help him a little more than it might have in a previous season, just being picked apart. And I say that from the aspect of I think he's going to fall into that nerd category. And so having a POC increase helps him have more footing than just being that nerd type. I think it's a great pick. I think he's going to be really relatable. I think he's going to be one that's going to be kind of everybody's best friend. And I think he's going to do pretty well. I would definitely say early to mid jury. Is he a winner pick? I don't know that I can get on that. But yeah.
Yeah. Agree.
Cool. Sam's like, Deb, come back on the podcast. We definitely want to have like a rotating guest pool that comes on during the season. So Deb, of course, you are welcome on anytime. So next we have Beth's third pick. So her next pick is going to be the other Derek, Derek F. So
I'm dying to hear this.
Kim, take it away.
Okay. This is Derek Frazier. Derek Frazier is the youngest of 4 children to Smokin' Joe Frazier. The boxer? The boxer that knocked out Muhammad Ali and then turned around and lost to him in the Thrilla in Vanilla. Joe Frazier was a badass. Now, Derek is 28.
29,
right?
I think.
29.
It says 29,
okay. Joe Frazier died 10 years ago. So Derek would have been 19 when his father passed away. Joe Frazier did not fight after, I can't remember if it was 80 or 81. It was right after I got out of high school. But so his father was definitely a badass. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, Sam's saying, should he tell about who his dad is? I'll be honest with you, keeping in mind his dad didn't throw a punch after 80 or 81, which means the oldest person in the house was not even born when Joe Frazier was fighting.
I don't even know who Joe Frazier is. Yeah,
exactly.
I love boxing. That's like a fun fact about me. I love me some boxing, and oh my God, I know exactly who Joe Frazier is.
Okay, but you and I are older. Tyler is not.
Yeah, I have no idea
or
who
if
he is.
you're not in sports. Andrew,
I know
who
and
Joe
I'm 29.
Frazier was.
I'm like an old fogey on this cast. You know what I mean? So
the minute I saw
29 years.
The minute I saw Derek Frazier, I knew exactly who he was.
Okay, so should he tell people? I don't think, I think 75% of them would have no idea who Smokin' Joe Frazier is.
I think it's irrelevant.
Okay. I think it's irrelevant, and I actually think it could be to his detriment because they might think he has money because of his dad. Mm-hmm. And so that's the only reason, when you can say my father was the first one to knock out Muhammad Ali, which all of them I'm sure have heard of. It's like, okay, no, that's not the way to go into it. Now, Derek still lives in Philadelphia. Derek is, I would say, he might be the only one that, okay, so he says nothing in there about being openly gay, but look up his TikToks. He is very much openly gay.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh.
I was wondering who the LGBTQ rep was. I was wondering where that was coming into play, so I didn't know that either about him.
Is it both Derek's are gay?
He's a huge fan of Drag Race. He's very openly gay. He can whip a fan better than either Allison or Beth. And it's
Beth, not me.
Tyler, is the other Derek gay too?
Huh?
Yeah.
The other Derek is also gay?
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
I'm pretty sure. I think I saw online that he is.
Can I ask a question? And if it's ignorant, I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Is the other Derek trans?
No.
Okay, I just thought
it's just
maybe
all these cast photos are really shitty, and like if only they had a photographer in the Big Brother community that would totally go to LA and do these photos for free. If
you know anyone?
Okay. Tyler,
They were supposedly doing their photo shoot today. So.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. So these are probably just like iPhone pics from like a stupid intern or something like that.
Yeah,
I didn't mean that
These
in
are
in a bad way. I was just
No, I was
curious.
wondering that too, Allison, when I first saw the photo. So that's very okay to ask.
Okay.
Just for
Yeah,
clarification.
no, a lot of these are actually their submission pics, and they've extracted the background.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So Derek says his favorite Big Brother moment is Dick versus Jen throwing out her cigarettes, which is that is a deep cut for the BB super fans. So that makes me happy to hear.
But then he said his favorites are Derek and Cody.
I know, like, are the interns like holding a gun to their head and saying like you have to say it, the Hitmen? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I
think they're literally saying you can only pick from 11, 14, 16, or 20 for your favorites.
Yeah. It's so weird. But his strategy is to get to know everyone on a personal level, so he's never nominated. He wants everyone to do his dirty work. So he definitely wants to play like a floater game. And I feel like he, especially now knowing that he's gay, like I feel like he could be like the lovable teddy bear for everybody, and kind of like kill them with kindness, get like everybody's like info, and do what he wants with that info. I don't know. I'm pretty high on Derek F.
Look at his descriptive words: loud, outgoing, assertive.
Okay, well then why is he saying that he wants to play a floater type of game?
Because he'll probably do it in a loud way and an assertive way, and I need you to take care of this kind of thing. He is very outgoing. Again, check out his TikToks because
I definitely will.
They're amazing. They're amazing. He's hysterically funny. I think people are going to enjoy being around him, but not necessarily trust him to go forward in their game.
Take a look at, and this being the season of risk versus reward, what are you most excited about living inside the Big Brother house? Getting the opportunity to win prizes. With that concept and what we know about the twist so far, I don't think that would be advantageous to him personally.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Good point.
And I mean, his dad knocked out Muhammad Ali. That is like bad freaking ass.
Yeah. But
look it up on YouTube. But that's just
they're going to love him. They're going to love him. I just don't think they're going to trust them moving forward to be a part of their game. But I could be wrong. I just don't think it will.
All right, so Andrew, let's hear your third and then fourth pick.
So I know my first one, so let's go with that. Let's go Brittany.
You
Brittany
mean Brittany?
Brittany D'Angelo.
It's spelled Brittany. Brittany.
Brittany, I guess it's
like martini.
You know, here's she's my sleeper of this cast, and let me tell you why. One, kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
The patience and communication skills, not only to the children, but to parents, to all of that. The respect, if you do not have respect for kindergarten teachers, you are a horrible human being.
My sister is a kindergarten teacher. Trust me. Trust me. She uses those head games on me, and it works.
Dancing, karate, softball, tennis, theater, biking, swimming, fitness, Mario Kart. Come on now. So I mean, you can see the physical aspects of this. You can also see the intrapersonal aspects with theater being involved in there. I'm a competitor at heart. I grew up as an athlete.
Fourth degree black belt as well.
Costume so badly. I don't know. I get this vibe that she's going to be kind of this sleeper here, and I think Kim disagrees with me, and I can't wait to hear why.
Oh, I so disagree with you. I think she's going to be an early out. She's Nicole Anthony 2.0. Which Nicole did well the first time, but not so well the second time. Hello, her favorites: Derek and Cody, Tyler and Angela, Tyler and Casey, I will agree with Devon. Because she specifically talks about Devon and Bailey and the friendship they formed, so I'm okay with that. And then she goes and throws in Paul and Victor.
Yeah, what the
fuck? It's like, well, they were strong. Again, take a look at her TikToks. God, I hope she's never dancing in her head in the house because it's embarrassing. I think it's going to be a great personality. I think she's got a great personality, and I think that her and Derek are actually going to go at each other. I don't think they're going to get along because they're both attention whores.
Yeah, that's the vibe that I get for sure. I looked at her TikTok, and her personality is very loud, very just like grating, if you will. And I feel like people are going to get really annoyed of her very quickly. Also, she really reiterates like competition, competing, like challenges, like all of that stuff. And I feel like she's going to be incapable of throwing any competition, which is going to make her a huge threat. So like having that huge threat on top of being just this like loud ass person that's like annoying to deal with, and you just want to like plug your ears. I struggle to see how she is a kindergarten teacher, because you're right, Andrew. Like typically that is a really good career for Big Brother. Andy was a teacher. Jillian from Big Brother Canada was also a teacher. So we have some winners that have been teachers before, but in Brittany's case, I just don't see it.
Okay. Nicole was endearing because she danced.
I forgot about
like
Nicole being a teacher too.
She was dancing like she was shaking maracas out there, and so it was cute because it was this little dance. Just look at her YouTubes. Oh my God, she's kicking and flailing and everything. She is going to annoy the shit out of people in there.
Yeah.
So
I've got like what Bertini. Like I said, my sister is a kindergarten teacher in Las Vegas, and she knows how to run a room. And if I'm upset about something, she knows how to talk to me like a 5-year-old, and I'm all ears, and I'm listening, and I'm paying attention. So hopefully we get to see that side instead of the loud attention whore side. I don't know. I've never seen my sister's a kindergarten teacher. I've never seen her act that way. So I guess I'm trying to, and I didn't go look at any TikTok videos. What the hell, man? I should have looked these people up on TikToks and Instagrams.
They're
and I didn't.
all over Twitter too.
I feel like an old lady over here. Well, there's something called the internet, Allison. You can look these people up.
Do they have TikTok on Android?
Next.
Yes.
Andrew, go ahead.
So for my final pick of the draft, I'm going to do things a little different if Allison and Tyler are okay with it. I am actually, because I've been disgusted and told I'm doing horrible picks, I'm going to let Kim Mattina actually make a pick. And I will give her one of my picks of the draft, and I would like to see who Kim picks in this scenario.
Okay. So I have a rooting interest in this.
I'm giving you my last. I will play the season with only 3, and because I love Kim Mattina more than anybody in the whole wide world. Those that do not know, she was my +1 at the Hustler. I love this woman, and I want to give her my pick. So I'm going to choose to withdraw my 4th pick and trade it to the team of Kim Mattina.
Okay, so I'm making your 4th pick.
No, you're making your first pick.
Oh, my only pick. So it'll be 4 people, 4 people, 4 people, 3 people, 1 people?
Correct. That's what I'm doing for you.
Oh, okay. In that case, I am going to pick the person who's going to win this game. I'm picking Hannah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, Andrew, why don't you give us the pitch for Hannah, and then I'll hear Kim's rebuttal for that.
Pitch for Hannah. She's calculated, composed, and versatile. I don't know. I don't really have a read on Hannah. And
Andrew, if you don't speak into that microphone.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at I've got this screen that has like the players on it. So I apologize, Allison. I don't have a read on Hannah, and that's probably why Kim's picking her, if I'm being honest, right? I think I get a Black Widow approach from Hannah, and that can be a good thing in the game. I also like that she's naming specific moves. Dan Giesling after getting Danielle to use the veto on him and then blindsiding Shane. Like there's some knowledge of the game here. Can I go winner pick? I don't have to. Kim Bettina did.
Oh, there you go. Kim, what do you think? Yeah.
She is 100% my winner pick, and actually was, I would say she was my second favorite for a winner pick. She's very young, and I think that's going to be the only thing that's disadvantageous to her. She reminds me a lot of Paris, the one in BB Can. Yeah. She is, she has some ethnic diversity to her in that she is going to be able to, I think she's going to be able to play with Derek X because being Middle Eastern, that is Asian. Okay, so I think she's going to be able to make a connection there. She is also, her big thing too was the Davon and Bailey friendship. And so her favorite move, one of them wasn't just Dan Giesling, it was that Davon received America's favorite player. Yeah. And what that stood for. And she actually goes into pretty detail about that. She's incredibly smart. She graduated from college at 19. So she's very intelligent. She's in grad school. And I think that she knows how, you know, she's into dancing and fashion and styling and all that stuff. So she's definitely going to be a girl's girl. She's incredibly intelligent. She's going to be able to fit in with the nerds. She's going to be able to read the bullshit in the Travises of the world. And yeah. I think that her biggest thing is never give up all of your information. The word all is key. She's going to give up enough information to interact with everyone and not enough to give up her game. She's the winner. That's my girl.
I think that's a really excellent sell for Hannah, to be honest. Kim.
I agree.
My only reason, I agree with everything you're saying. My only thing that I'm like so hung up on is her age. She's 21 years old, and I feel like I'm really reminded of Haley and how high we were preseason about her chances in the game, and then everybody after Big Brother 20 was done was like, Haley was just too young and inexperienced in life to really make her mark on the game or have confidence in her decisions. And I just feel like that's the case with Hannah. I feel like we're going to get the same exact story. She says she's not afraid to play hard and get messy. We'll see if the tire hits the road on that one. But
I don't know. She hates showmances. She's like, they can be cute, but she hates showmances. She loves messy shows like Real Housewives. She's going to be all over that shit. And to be honest with you, it will not surprise me at all if she aligns with Tiffany.
Hold on, I'm trying to reset my password for you.
Yeah.
Kim, I just put a check mark next to Tiffany because I feel like the youngest and the oldest, I feel like they're going to gravitate towards. I really believe that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think if anything, Tiffany's going to put her arm around Hannah's shoulder, and I think Hannah is going to embrace that and have that person to bounce things off of that is more experienced. And I think that she is going to be in a great position right from the start.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said.
All right. Well, Andrew, that is your last pick. So we will go over to Beth's last pick here. So Beth's last pick is Christian. So Kim, give us the Christian pitch.
Okay. So I'm not a huge Christian fan, but it's her last pick. So, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Christian Birkenberger.
Well,
It
say
gives
that
you-
3 times.
It sounds like brunch after Sunday morning.
It does. The Birkin
It's like,
burger.
it's like, what are you having for brunch? I'll have the Christian Birkin burger, please.
Oh, the Christian
Um,
burger. Hold it back.
He is from Connecticut. He still lives in Connecticut. So he may actually end up with a little bit of tie-in with your Brent champagne up there. Oh my God, champagne and Birkenberger. That's awesome.
That's
Anyway.
it. There's the
That's
alliance
brunch.
right there.
There's
There's
your
the brunch.
alliance. It's the
Yep.
Sunday Brunch Alliance.
That's
Charming, friendly, determined. I think he shows that. I don't think he has a lot of passion, and the fact that he picked Zach and Frankie as his favorites, and everything's about golf, disc golf, mini golf, and flirting.
It's just
He's
dumb.
He's gonna go for the showmance. I think he's dumb. I think he may actually end up being more of the surfer dude than Travis.
Mm.
The fact that Jeff he filled out his questionnaire, right? This is how big of a non-fan he is.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
He filled out his questionnaire that his favorite move, his favorite past moment was Jeff using his coup d'etat power to backdoor Jessica. There was no fucking Jessica that season, and that would be Jesse. Which also tells me that he didn't actually even watch that season very well in Sequester. And then his motto is, sometimes your ice pop falls on a penny.
Dude, I can't.
What does that mean?
What does that even mean?
He says, I'm sorry. I can't. I can see him, either he will be the first boot or someone is going to drag him to the end because he will suck as a final 2.
Yeah.
Listen, can I read a strategy for winning the game? Let me please. Okay. Ultimately, be myself. Take a shot. Ultimately, be myself because I am a joy. But I would like to appear fun and clueless as to not raise any flags. Align myself. That's not going to be hard work for him. I'm just going to say that. Align myself with more people and slip up as a physical threat when I need to schmooze the house. Who is schmoozing? That makes 0 sense.
You don't schmooze with physical. You schmooze with social. It's like, oh my God. He's making me crazy in the head already, and we haven't even heard him speak yet.
He's younger than my son. This is insanity.
And Caden and Adrian and everyone in here are like, who's Jessica? There is
no Jessica.
I honestly think he read a synopsis of season 14 that not watching it and thinking Jesse stood for Jessica as opposed to Jesse, Mr. Spectacular, right? I think he's
spectacular.
Yeah, you guys have said it all with this one. He was an alternate for a reason, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna move on to my next pick because
somebody has to fill in the Tyler Crispin hair. Somebody's got to fill. That's a thing now. There's got to be somebody with the Tyler Crispin hair. It's a typecast.
True.
Okay,
I will say Christian's hair does look pretty nice. So I have the last pick of the night. So the real question is not which one I'm picking, but which one am I giving to Allison for her last pick?
I'm gonna hate you because I know who it's gonna be.
So I'm actually pretty torn here because I
don't act like this is a big look who you've got to pick between.
Okay, I'll talk it out because there's no more picking after this, right? So I think Travis could do a better job integrating himself into the group, being a more popular person in the game. Is he gonna make any strategic moves? No. Is he just gonna be whatever in jury? Yes. Sarah, I think best case scenario, she could be Nokomis, the stealthy nerdy gal. But I feel she's way too anime like butterflies, like hey, like very like almost like a Twitch streamer. Like I feel like she's probably like very comfortable behind a computer screen, but like socially in real life, it's probably not gonna translate too well. So I feel like worst case scenario, we could get a Nicole Anthony Big Brother 22 version. So I think I think there's better odds with Travis, but ultimately I'm gonna roll the dice and pick Sarah because I think my team is already pretty good. So I'm picking Sarah as my last pick here.
She screams all girl alliance, right? She's
Yeah,
gonna be the one that says, "Let's do an all girl alliance."
But she's not going to say it that quietly, and it's going to get her in trouble.
No, because normally she's on the other side of the wall with a megaphone. So it's going to be really odd for her to be in the house.
That's true. She says she's heard the house is really cold and has an ant problem, which tells me that she's like a pretty big fan. She wants to play a floater game. She has a crippling fear of moths and butterflies, which is a weird thing to mention. She's a fan of Frank and Bridget, which is it's Bridget. Any fan of Bridget is like that is a plus to me. And she said Brittany and Ian too. So like obviously she just watched like 14 and 18 and Sequester, I think. I said like, is she a fan? Question mark in my notes. I'm still not like truly convinced. I think they just needed like the nerdy archetype, and so they went with this gal. I don't think she's like winning this game by any means, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Andrew, what do you think about Sarah?
I cannot stand anyone that starts their strategy with "I plan to float."
Yeah, that is exactly the person I was talking about earlier.
I want to make everyone feel at ease and convince them I'm not threatening a loyal person. Once they realize I'm only playing for myself, hopefully it'll be too late to stop me. Girl, no.
You're out by week 2. First boot.
Okay, I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Do it.
We know that it's a schoolyard pick. This is your last pick.
Right there. Yep.
Yeah.
This is the last person picked to join a team.
That's true, and that's going to be a really like clear like almost like you're being marked for the rest of the season socially, even after the teams are dissolved. If she's still there,
the last person that happened to didn't make it past night 1.
Yeah, I agree. Yep,
I'm curious.
Totally agree.
Curious on her though.
Justice for Jody.
Justice for Jody.
Justice for Jody.
I'm kind of curious about her because she's cute. Look at her. She's cute. But she's a forensic scientist. She cuts open dead people.
Oh, that's awesome. I do like her occupation.
Okay. So she cuts open dead people, but then she likes to go shopping and party with friends.
Yay!
I'm going to say this, and then I'm never going to come back on your show again, Allison.
Oh, I love Andrew so much. What?
I get Beth vibes.
Beth who? Which Beth?
Beth Dixon?
Beth Dixon? I don't get Beth Dixon vibes from her.
I get the nerdy kind of play, kind of have fun video game, but got this little, not strategy wise.
But
maybe not
say
strategy wise, but kind of personality. Everybody kind of loves you. I get some Beth.
I have a lot more faith for Beth to socially integrate into a group than Sarah here. That's my difference.
I have a hard time basing anything on social integration when we didn't even get a video, right? Like,
of course. But we can say that about anybody in the cast. You know what I mean?
I mean, we don't know if somebody's going to come out and their first word is going to be fuck or something like we just don't know. There's no we're reading this by black and white, and that's it. And it's kind of old school kind of Survivor days and Survivor cast days, right? Like where we didn't really get all these videos at first, but we're basing this on cropped submission photos,
right?
And all that. If I'm being honest, poo-poo on CBS, right? Like these people have been quarantine casted. These people have been doing all this, and the best you could give us for a cast reveal 6 days before the cast is revealed or before the game starts is what you put up here today.
I think it was very poor planning and very poor execution. I truly don't think we were going to get a cast. I think Love Island did it, and it made Big Brother look bad, and they were like, oh, let's throw something together.
That's what I said. I was like, Love Island's premiering the same night, and we get these like gorgeous cast photos and bios and like all of this shit, and we get like photoshopped iPhone pics here. Like, so it makes no sense.
I take everything said here tonight with a grain of salt, minus maybe Frenchie, just because we did have a little inside information on that. But we have no. I mean, we get from reading Xavier's profile that he's this sweet-go-lucky, but he could be this macho athlete asshole, right? Like we don't have a true read on these people yet. So I'm going by the text and the text alone, and based on that, I think Sarah could be okay. But again, I just have a hard time being a floater. But I mean, floaters go far.
Yeah.
How fun though would it be to get? No, go ahead, Kim. No, I was just gonna say, how fun would it be to get her drunk in the house and then ask her? So tell me about the last person you cut open. What was that about? What was wrong? How did they die? Where were they found?
Allison, if you were in this cast, like Sarah would be, she would be your alliance member because you would just ask her stories about dead people all day long.
All I do is watch dead people crime shows. I'm ready. I could say I'm a CSI Law and Order investigationer. Okay, and they would believe it because I speak the lingo and I can pop a pimple, bitch. I'm sorry.
And I get total Sam vibes from her, Samantha.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
crazy Sam, because she's like, well, I'm a forensic scientist, but I also enjoy shopping, partying with friends, reading, manga, watching anime, sewing, and singing. So that tells me she's probably making like cosplay costumes with that whole sewing thing. But for all we know, she might be taking dryer lint and putting it together to weave fabric for a cloak.
But Ramses in 19 was also a cosplayer. And I feel like that's like the social charming version of that. Did he do very well? No, but like that's more Jessica's fault than anything. Yeah, that's like the upside of that type of person. I feel like Sarah's like the opposite, like the more introverted, like quiet, like nervous, awkward, and I just don't think it's going to go well for her.
Yeah, I think she's going to be awkward, and I also have to wonder what her idea of floating is. Is she saying floating from power side to side? Or is she talking about coasting as in, I'm just going to lay low and they won't notice me at all?
Yep. All right, Allison, bring us home with your last draft person here. I won't say pick because you were
technically it's not my pick because I don't like anything about this guy. Travis Long. Like, no, absolutely not. I did see a video of him somewhere on the interwebs today, and it was just ugh. So he's from Austin, his hometown, whatever. And he's a tech sales consultant, which means he works at Best Buy as member of the Geek Squad. But here's your strategy for winning the game: forming close one-on-one relations. When are you gonna have the fucking time? That's all I gotta ask. Okay, when to form these one-on-one relationships with people behind the scenes, where the frick is that happening? And limiting yet utilizing my charismatic personality to connect with people, but also not going too over the top with my friendliness and openness so I can cruise a bit under the table in the group settings. Dude, what the fuck did you just say? I don't get an ounce of so stupid and dumb. Everything you just said, you're going to do. And you're going to do it in night one, and you're going to last long enough to get on my nerves to make it to jury to make me curse. I've already cursed, I don't know, more during this, talking about your ass than I have during the whole damn show. What the hell? No, I don't want this pick. I don't want it.
So Sam Higdon says, remember when Tyler Crispin was released during Big Brother 20 and no one thought he would do well and he did. I think Travis is the new Tyler. I disagree when like his whole bio is basically like he has like a hard on for Brett and Winston from Big Brother 20.
Seriously.
So like he's seen that season. He could like compare himself to Tyler, but instead he says he wants to pull pranks and create chaos. And he thinks it's something that he has a book on Amazon, which like anybody could do. You know what I mean? Like it's he's so full of himself.
Did anybody look it up?
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh, you people do not do your homework. It's a
I'm looking
children's
it up
book.
right now.
It's a children's book that's basically about stranger danger, about the pink van.
Bria needs that book. Holy smokes.
He's written a book about how to abduct children in a pink van.
Yeah. In theory, it's how to protect children, but just look at the cover art and I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Just no,
I can't find it.
He is stoned out of his gourd. That's all there is to it. He's going to be in the DR and they're going to be opening the back door so that he can go back there and go, dude. He just is.
Andrew, any thoughts on Travis?
He's ordering. Wait a minute. He's busy ordering the book on Amazon right now.
Yeah, no, I just ordered. Bria does need some stranger danger training, but no, I don't have any on Travis. I mean, it's again, this has been a hard draft just because of the lack of information that we've had. And what we're basing it on, I will give Private Eye of the Night to Kim Mattina for her Amazon TikTok searching. So that's pretty much all I have. I'm good.
Well, there, guys, there you have it. Here is our official draft for Big Brother 23. I'm excited. I like I said at the top of the show, I hope this is bringing in a new era for Big Brother. I hope if it's as half as good as Big Brother Canada 9 was, we'll be eating well this summer in terms of entertainment and everything. So if you are watching this on YouTube, please comment. Let us know who you think has the best team. I'll also be posting this on Twitter, maybe making a little poll to see who everybody thinks has the best team here. But Andrew just had to take a business call and hop off. Any last thoughts now that we have this visual here?
I hate the fact that I got Travis so much. Like I can't. It's just I'm enraged. Like, but I will take. Look, I was kind of wanting Sarah. I was like, please give me Sarah. I'd rather have Sarah, who has potential to majorly fuck up, and it be kind of cute. But instead, I'm stuck with this Travis guy who's just gonna get on. He's gonna get on my nerves. Like he's gonna be so overly nice. It's gonna drive me nuts. It's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Yes. Poor Allison. Yes. Feel sorry for me.
I don't feel sorry. You had the very first pick.
Never.
Oh, Adrian was just saying that she pulled up the book and it looks like his little sister did the art.
Well, we pull that up. Tyler, look that up so we can do a picture real quick. Can you do that?
You do. In the meantime, I think Andrew's got a great team here.
Only one white person. I'm impressed. Usually it's all the white blondes, Barbies, and Kens.
He's only got Whitney. Well, I mean, yeah. Anyway, no, overall, I think that he's got the winner on his team. I think it's going to be either Hannah or Xavier. Beth's team, I think, is going to bring the drama. I think her team is going to be the fun team to watch.
Yeah. I feel like my team is very well rounded. You know, if one of them falls, I feel like the other three could like carry the torch to the win. So I'm feeling really good about my team. Sarah, not so much, of course, but like the first three that I have, especially Alyssa and Kylan, I think his name was. I'm very, very happy I got. So,
Adrian, thank you, and I apologize. Is Celeste your last name? Because isn't that, with that being more of a feminine name, I am so sorry that I'm an idiot.
No,
I'm
no.
really, Jody.
No, you're fine. We can't see people, so you're fine. Don't worry about it.
I know, and I do really try my hardest to say theys wherever I can, but then I get yapping and it slips by. So thank you very much for calling me out on it. I will not miss that. Him, he, him, her, he and him for you. Period.
You're totally fine. We're a forgiving bunch here in my weekly meltdown. So,
my
but
team looks like just what
It's a
the
hot
hell
mess.
happened, Allison? What'd you just say?
I said it's a hot mess.
It's a mess. I have a hot mess team. My team's so messy. They're going to be in an alliance together, and it's just going to be the messy team. Mess.
No, I do think you kind of have a little bit of a hot mess express, but then again, who was your first pick again?
Brent.
Oh yeah,
Brent Champagne, not Champagne.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I think your strongest player, depending on how they read Frenchie, you could do well with him. And depending on how she integrates in, I actually think you could do pretty darn good with Christie. I think those are going to be your two strong players.
I think that Christie is going to do better than people are going to give her credit for. And I think Frenchie will do better. I don't want him to be like, the guy from Big Brother Over the Top. You know who I'm talking about. Cornbread.
Oh, no, he is not cornbread.
Because Cornbread was the worst casting choice for a Southern guy, in my opinion, in Big Brother history. And I'm sorry. And the best thing about him being the first boot in a live, uncensored eviction was him walking out the door saying, "Fuck y'all." Tyler, I cannot express how much you need to watch Big Brother Over the Top. I think this coming next year, we're going to do a rewatch.
Was that the one where they were on like a rocket ship or
rewatch.
something and had to clutch onto it for as long as they could stay on?
They did a lot. There was a lot of controversy in the live games that they played because some people were like using their body to hold things up when they weren't supposed to. Alex, and stuff like that. I mean, it was just. It was so crazy watching how they put everything together. It's kind of boring at times, but I just liked watching the production part and all of it.
Yeah,
but anyway, that's a whole other thing. But I think it's a good group. I think everyone's got good teams, and I'm excited. It comes on next Wednesday. What do we know? What time is it? 7, 8 Eastern? Do we know?
I think it's 8. I think it's 8 to 9:30, and then Love Island is 9:30 to 11. Right. So we'll be live like around like 9:35-ish whenever we got our shit together and go live. One last question for the two of you, since it was a question that everybody in the cast answered. I want to know what you guys your favorite duo is. Kim, what's your favorite Big Brother duo?
My favorite Big Brother duo? Oh my gosh. I've got actually a few of them. Oh, you put me on the spot with this one, Tyler.
It's tough. It's a tough question.
Again?
Huh?
Yeah.
I have to look at this while we're answering that.
Okay.
No, your favorite Big Brother duo, not anybody on this cast.
I'm
sorry. Because I was.
I think probably I loved the relationship between Keisha and Rennie, which is why I brought that up about Hannah with Tiffany. I think we're going to see a similar relationship between Tiffany and Hannah that we saw between Keisha and Rennie. So that I think I would say was my favorite duo. Yeah. But then again, you know what though? I love Janelle and Kaser because theirs was a zero romance relationship.
Yeah.
But honestly, the most amazing friendship.
What a treat that we got to see them on the live feeds together last year again.
Yes.
God, when they came in, I was like so happy. I loved that. So, but but from a gaming side of it, I would definitely make it Keisha and Rennie though.
Allison, what about you?
Oh, Janelle and Kaser. Did you see how emotional I got last year when Kaser left?
Oh,
And,
I cried when Kaser
I cried, and
You did too, yeah.
Janelle, they did a cameo for my gender reveal for my grandbaby. It's a little boy, and so I mean, those two together to me, and it's that and Boogie and Mike. It's close for both, and those are two very old school relationships. But I mean, Boogie and Mike were not gentlemen. They were.
They were assholes.
Oh, they were assholes. And look how far they got.
But they owned it.
It just, and they owned it. And there needs to be more owning of shit in Big Brother. I just really feel like you will, and I'm not saying give it all, because you don't do that. You don't give all the information. You keep all the information and you utilize it as your tool. But at the same, just own it when it comes up and it's brought up. Don't lie. Yeah, I said that. I said your name. Yeah, I said your name. Everyone's going to say somebody's name. This is Big Brother. If your name isn't being said, you're not doing something right.
Exactly.
So I wanted to say something really quick. We have a new Patreon on a very long follower of ours, Dominic Capello. He's been following us for a really long time. He just became a top tier Patreon of ours, and he has a 5. I thought he would I would read his top 5 real quick. Number 5, Derek X. Number 4, Hannah. Number 3, Sarah. Is there a Sarah?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a Sarah. See, that's how. Okay. And number 3,
forensic scientist.
I'm already forgetting. Number 2, Xavier, and number 1 is Azza.
I'm telling you, Asia awesome.
There you go. So those are Derek's. Thank you and welcome to our patron world.
Terrific.
Yes.
Yay.
So if you want to become a patron, I think we're gonna do like a once we get to jury, I think we want to do like a patron draft, like just like checking in with everybody and like everybody picking like one person who they think will take the whole thing type of thing. I don't know. Well, we're still like brainstorming some ideas for that, but definitely join us over on patreon.com/myweeklymeltdown if you want to get in on that. And so the plan for coverage for this season, and of course that's always tentative to change depending on how awful the season ends up being and how quickly tired we get of these people, is we want to do like either like a Sunday or Tuesday, like kind of like a more like fun, less structured, having in like guests, like of course like our patrons will invite for those shows as well, and then Thursdays will be our like official like recap of the week where we're like recapping the eviction. So that'll be like mainly Allison, myself, and Beth. So like that Tuesday or Sunday show will definitely be the more like guest heavy, like just like shooting the shit, having fun, talking spoilers for the live feeds, all of that stuff. So that is our plan for coverage. Of course, with everything with My Weekly Meltdown, it's always tentative to change.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. But Kim, our guest for today, you are welcome on anytime. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for asking me. This was fun. I know it was very last minute, but it was a lot of fun. And I'm glad I was able to educate you, Allison.
Look, it's already in my Amazon shopping cart.
Along with Travis's book.
Yeah.
The Rose Quartz. The Rose Quartz face roller and Travis's book on stranger danger.
There you go.
If he ends up being a hit, we might have a Reading Rainbow show with Allison reading his book.
There you go.
We shall see.
No.
All right. Well, Kim, where can we find you on social media?
I'm Kim Mattina at Kim Mattina, all one word, on Twitter, on I think on Instagram. I'm either Kim at Kim Mattina or Kim in Phoenix on Instagram. I don't ever remember. And I don't do TikTok because, especially after watching these house guests, they really should not do that.
Yeah.
Except for Derek F. Oh my gosh, Derek Frazier's are awesome, and I love them.
I'm going to immediately look at that after the show.
Yeah, no, his are incredible. And what else? Oh, and then on Facebook, you can just look up Kim and Tina. I'm in there. I'm pretty basic.
There you go. Well, when you're as legendary as Kim and Tina, like all you need is the name. You don't even need like any numbers or any other fancy thing. She is the Kim and Tina. That's what your handle should be. The Kim and Tina.
It's just that I was so old, and I was a beta tester. I was a beta tester for Pinterest. I don't know if you guys knew that. Oh. But anyway, so if you're in early, guess what? You don't need to add any numbers. Same thing with Google.
Yeah.
Tina. You don't have to add any numbers anywhere.
Yeah.
That's one of the benefits of being the Memphis darling is I've had that since 2007.
Yeah. Exactly.
There you go. All right. Well, okay.
I was 15.
I was still in utero when Allison and Kim got their handles.
That's why That's why I'm Tyler Lyons Diaper Boy.
That's why I have 2 Z's after Lyons.
With 2 Z's.
My old friend from college, who I think is like watching this show, actually, her name's Megan, but our other friend Angie, she would always like text me T Lyons with 2 Z's. So that's like the origin of that name. And it's short, so like it's good for Twitter. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, everybody have a great rest of your night. We will see you guys for the premiere at 9:35-ish on July 7th. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your week. Everybody stay cool inside from the heat wave, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you guys next week. All right,
bye. Everyone. Thank you again. Bye-bye.